be talking about, as you guessed from the title, infant and toddler or pediatric based formulas for tube feeding children. And as an infant, there are just so many different options out there on the market, commercially available, that are just, you can easily try out and see if they work for your child. But when you transition to a pediatric formula, that's where things get a little complicated because they aren't commercially available, and you just kind of have to pick and try different ones until something just fits. So I'm just going to talk about a little bit of the infant formulas. There are just so many different brands out there. The ABBOT brand or the Nestle brand that makes Similac and Enfamil. And I'm just going to talk about the Similac formula because my daughter didn't handle Enfamil very well. So I'm just going to cover some of the different options that my daughter has tried and some that she hasn't, but that my nutritionist or dietitian has recommended, and things that I've kind of researched on that I think would be really helpful for you if you would like to kind of give your child these different formulas and see if they work for you. So just remember that breast milk is the #1 form of milk that should be given, and if for whatever reason you are not able to provide breast milk, this would be your second option. And so the Similac is made from the ABBOT brand, so I'm going to be talking about this one specifically. So the first one is a Similac Neosure. It's a 22 cal. This is designed for children who are preterm babies. My daughter wasn't preterm, but she was low birth weight, so she was on this formula for a little while. Now this packaging this is like a bottle. It's a ready-made formula. You don't have to add or mix water or anything to it. It is 60 mLs. It comes in a 60 ml format. And you just kind of shake it up and give it to your child via the tube or the pump or however you feed your child. So this is actually very convenient if you're traveling or you just run out of the powder-based formulas. This would be really helpful. Just keep in mind that some children do not do well with the ready-made formula just because they sit a little differently in the child's stomach and it passes through the GI system a little differently. So my daughter actually does better with powder formulas than she does with ready-made formulas. So just kind of play around with it, see what works best for your child. We do use these when we are traveling or in a pinch when there just isn't water available to kind of mix the formula together, and it's just more convenient. So this is one option. The second one is the Similac Special Care Premature 24 cal with a higher protein content. This is specifically designed for low birth weight infants or premature infants that require a higher protein for proper development and growth. So just make sure you ask your doctor and see if they recommend the special care high protein content. If not, there is a Similac Special Care Premature 24 cal without the extra protein added to it, and this is also for low birth weight and premature infants. My daughter used this one rather than the higher protein content one. This worked amazing. She was on this for I would say a couple of months. And the next option that there is out there, if your child has an allergy or intolerance to cow's milk and they get really gassy or fussy, or your child is a lactose free or a child, or they have galactosemia, this is specifically designed for them. This is a soy isomil. It's a soy based formula. It's 19 calories. It's a kind of a lower calorie count than the other ones, and this is also vegetarian for the vegetarian families who would like to go for a vegetarian option. This is designed for them. My daughter did not try this one specifically. She does not have an allergy to cow's milk, so there was no need to try this, but this is an option for a lot of families out there who just notice that their child is really gassy or fussy, and they give this a try and they're like, oh, okay, so that's what it was. So just make sure you work with, of course, your dietitian, nutritionist, your GI specialist to make sure that this is a proper formula for your child. The last one I want to talk about, which my daughter has used since probably 2 months of age to even now, is the Similac Pro-Advance. The thing I like about the Pro-Advance, there's two different types. There's a Similac Advance and a Pro-Advance. This one's the Pro-Advance. And the great thing about this one is that it's key ingredients. It contains key ingredients found in breast milk, like the oligosaccharide, the 2-FML HMO human milk oligosaccharide that's found in breast milk. It is not human based, but it is found in breast milk. So this was the closest thing to breast milk that we found worked for our daughter. I know Enfamil has, it's called Enfamil Inspire, and they have their own brand of formula that is as close to breast milk as possible. But like I said, Enfamil never really worked for our daughter, so we stuck with Similac Pro-Advance. It has a 19 calorie count, and I think this was a really great option for my daughter. She tolerated it very well, and we use the ready-made formula, the Similac Pro-Advance, quite often. But we also had the powder-based, which is this one, the Similac Pro-Advance, the powder-based one. This one's also easily available commercially that you can try, and it's just the powder base. It's the same formulas as the ready-made one, but in powder form. So we use this most of the time. Now let's transition to the pediatric toddler-based formulas. My daughter can actually remain on the infant formula, the Similac, for 2 years of age. That's what her PCP or pediatrician and her other doctors have recommended, that she stay on this. But I'd like to try different options so that my daughter isn't such a shock when she has to transition to a commercial to formula that is ready-made. So this is all by the Nestle brand. I do have a couple of options that I'm kind of looking at to try for my daughter, so I haven't tried them yet, so I'm not going to mention it here. But if you do have any recommendations that have worked for your child, please comment down below and let me know. So the first one is the Nutren Junior. It is a 50% whey protein. It's for children 1 to 13 years of age. It is 1 kcal per ml, and this is also just a ready-made based formula, and it has all of the nutritional information on the back, and it's a great option for a lot of people. I know Pediasure is kind of based similar to this. I haven't tried Pediasure, but it's based on the Nutren Junior. And the thing I do not like about this is that it has artificial flavoring added to it. If your child is tube feeding, they're not going to be tasting the formula anyway. So I don't think that the artificial flavoring is a great addition, just because I don't think that anyone should be adding any artificial ingredients to an already a formula based product like this. So there's another option, is the Peptamen Junior. It's a peptide based formula, which is basically means that it's for children who have an impaired GI function. So the protein in here is broken down into peptides, which are smaller molecules, which make it easier to digest and absorb this formula. This is also for ages 1 to 13 years of age. And the thing I like about this one is that it's unflavored. So there isn't any additional artificial flavoring that's added to it. So this is also great for children who do not do very well with just the normal formulas. They have a more sensitive stomach, and so I like this option. My daughter we're trying to see if she needs a more peptide based formula. So I have not tried this one just because of the vanilla flavoring, artificial flavoring that was added, but the Peptamen Junior she has been doing well on. We've tried that a little bit. The last one, which we had switched to, is the Compleat Pediatric formula. The thing I really like about this one is that it has real food ingredients added to it, which is amazing. This is a 30 cal based formula, so if your child doesn't need that higher content, they can actually not be able to absorb the formula very well. So just make sure that your child can handle the formula. So it's 1 kcal, 15% calories come from the protein, no soy, no corn, and the best thing, it's also unflavored. Now, if you look at the ingredients, it has actual whole proteins, actual whole foods added to it. It has milk, it has chicken, it has peas, peaches, green beans. Like, there's just amazing ingredients that are added to this formula. There's also a different variety of this with reduced calorie, which is more of a 22 to 24 calorie content, which my daughter actually did better on with the reduced calorie rather than the full calorie 30 count. But I think this was an amazing option for people who like to give their child a more whole foods based approach to tube feeding formulas. And I know that there is also an option of a blenderized diet. I have not particularly tried it. It is basically where you get the regular foods, the chicken, the vegetables and fruits that you would normally eat, work with a dietitian, and just blend it up and feed it through the tube. It's a great option. I've heard great things about that particular route. I haven't tried it yet. I'm looking for more ready-made based formulas, so I haven't really tried that one yet. But if you have, let me know. Comment down below. There are two foundations I would like to also link in my description box. Is the Olay Foundation and the Feeding Tube Awareness Foundation. These two are great options if you like more information about tube feeding in general. I'll link that down below. Also, I'm looking for more plant-based organic formulas, and I do have a couple in mind, but I'm going to try them out before I recommend them to you. And if you do have any options that you have tried that have worked great for your child, let me know in the comment below, and I would love to know what have worked for your child. So I hope you found this video helpful. I know it's a little overwhelming when you're switching your child to other formulas, but you can do it, and you just kind of have to pick and choose until you settle for one, like we did with the Similac Pro-Advance when she was up to 1 year of age. So just keep trying and let me know. And I hope you like this video. Please comment, subscribe, and like this video, and let me know if there's any other particular videos you would like to see, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Thanks.